Hi everyone, I'm Kelly Jones with aheroawakens.com and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my lab work. I had lab work done at the end of December 2020 and then again in March of 2021. Since January 1st I have been eating very different from the way I was before. In January I was on a keto diet. I stayed in ketosis most of the month, but since then I've been kind of eating low carb, pretty low carb. I haven't really been dieting as far as like reducing the amount of foods. I haven't really been losing any weight and all. But there is a big difference in my lab work, which is really cool because my goal of this is to get healthier and to be healthy. And so seeing the changes like that has just been really cool. But I wanted to add and include, because so far I have mostly only talked about being on such a low carb diet or being on the keto diet. But there's other ways that I'm eating too that are a little different than the way most people eat keto or a low carb. And that could also be factoring into that. I thought first I would talk about what I've been eating the last couple of months, and then we'll get into the lab work. So starting January 1st, I went on a keto diet, and I got into ketosis after about a week. I lost 14 pounds. It was really cool. I felt better with it. I really did, and it helped with my hunger. And then in February and March, I just continued to, I quit tracking and all, but I continued to eat really low carbohydrate foods. The other kinds of diets I was on, though, that makes my diet a bit different from other people who eat low carb or keto diets, is that I've also been on what's called a low FODMAP diet, and I'm going to do another video with more information on that. But in a nutshell, the low FODMAP diet is a diet that's put together by some doctors or scientists or something, but that sometimes doctors will prescribe to help people who have IBS or like tummy issues and things like that. And for me, I tried it because I have, in the last few years, I've been diagnosed with asthma and LPR. And LPR is a type of reflux where you don't get it's not like there's two different kinds of reflux from what I understand. There's the GERD, which is the one everybody knows about, and then there's LPR, which is also known as silent reflux because you don't have heartburn from it. And but the acids can come all the way up to your larynx, and my doctor had said that it could contribute to the asthma because it was really weird, and I've had just a lot of complications with asthma. And so I decided to try I've tried so many healthy diets trying to find something that would help me with everything, and this one was just like magic. It seemed to work so well. But with this diet, it really cuts out a lot of the processed keto foods like the breads, and like I can't use almond flour, coconut flour, or any wheat. I know that there's a keto wheat that people are sometimes using now. I can't use things like that. None of that's allowed on the low FODMAP diet, and it works so well. I'm very dedicated to sticking to it. And also I kind of cut out any other foods that I have noticed cause issues for me. And eggs is a big one. Every time I eat eggs, I usually can eat eggs maybe once, but then if I eat them like the next day after that, then I'll have a lot of asthma issues. So I just kind of don't eat them hardly ever. And then the other thing I seem to have a hard time digesting is red meat. So I know eggs and red meat are two huge things for low carbohydrate and keto diets typically, but that was really different for me. I do eat some red meat, but maybe like once a month. I'll have it a few times a week, once a month, and that's it. But mostly I eat turkey and fish, and then protein, other kinds of dairy from our protein sources that are okay with low FODMAP, like cheese and some kinds of cheese and some kinds of whey don't cause any issues for me. So I have the whey protein shakes and stuff. So that's kind of in a nutshell. And then the other two things is I have also for the last few months been very careful to eat all natural foods. I've been careful to try to avoid, artificial things, probably not perfectly, but mostly, almost all, entirely. And then trying to make better food choices than before. I am far from a perfect eater, and there's a lot of people who eat better than I that would, have a lot of, correction, or would have a lot of feedback for me on that, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, so that's about that. So that's kind of my diet. So now I thought I would kind of show you guys my lab work from the end of 2020 until March. My lab work wasn't horrible to begin with, but the triglycerides were pretty horrible. And but the changes, and I know that it's not perfect yet, but I don't know if you noticed, the biggest thing with me that I was so tickled about were my triglycerides. My triglycerides have dropped from 245 down to 62. I weigh 240 something pounds. It's like, I don't know, I'm just so tickled about that. And I think it really is this diet. I've been, just cutting out. Like, I know that I may still eat fats and stuff, but it seems like I'm choosing some really good fats. Obviously, I'm also, and cutting out all the sugar. I have read where, I don't know, I've kind of read, some people will say red meat and things like that contribute to triglycerides issues. And people say sugar, maybe both. I'm not sure, but I know that I cut both of those out, so, and it really made a huge difference. 62, my triglycerides. That is so cool. I think that it's it's supposed to be under 100 or 150, I think. But they say ideal is below 50, like a tip-top shape. I don't know. I think that's what I've read. But I know that 62 is considered really good. So yeah. And then the other big thing is, a lot of times when people are heavy like I am, we may have inflammation issues. It's just kind of trying to carry all this weight can contribute to that. I've read about that in numerous places. The HSCRP is a marker where they test your inflammation, and it wasn't too bad at the end of December. It was 3, which is right on the borderline of being between good and bad, so it's just right there. But it is now 0.1, not 1, but 0.1. So like whatever I'm eating is really clearing out inflammation from my body, so that's just really, really cool. I didn't have any issues like with my cholesterol, though. It was 168 the first time, 140 this time, so I don't really have those kind of issues. I think that my HDL could be higher. Like, there's a few things I could change, but overall, I don't know, I was kind of tickled, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So now I'll kind of go over what I'm eating again if y'all are interested in that. So I have been on either a keto or low carbohydrate diet, but for the last couple of months I haven't really been eating to lose weight. I've just been eating low carb foods, but not really lowering the amount. I've also been on a low FODMAP diet, and like I told you, that diet really helps people with tummy issues or reflux, or if you have reflux that contributes to asthma, things like that. And it has been a miracle. Of everything, that has probably just been, I don't know. With the keto diets, I'm starting back on the keto diet this week because it really helped with other things that I was having issues with. It helped me a little bit with energy. I've had major energy issues, and like I have chronic fatigue syndrome, or like fatigue issues that is just really hard to explain to people who haven't experienced them. So this keto diet does help some with that, and also it really helps with my cravings. I just kind of feel better overall on it as well, both of them combined. And then I'm trying to eat all natural foods, like not perfectly. I'm not trying to obsess over it, but almost entirely. I just try to make all natural food choices, and I'm trying to just make healthier choices than before. So I'm like, when you guys see what I'm eating, if I start, showing you guys more, you may be like, okay, that isn't perfect, and no, it's not, but it is so much better than before. But clearly some of these food choices I'm making is affecting. For example, like a lot of the foods I eat, I kind of eat a lot of the same foods over and over. But I eat a lot of turkey, like I'll scramble turkey or eat deli turkey. Like I have to be careful what I find to make sure it's low FODMAP, but I found Applegate, their organic turkey is okay. And I'll also have cheese, like cheddar cheese mainly, some Parmesan, ate a lot of tomatoes, a lot of like ate some green beans. I'm not supposed to eat too much, but I'll eat them pretty good bit. And things like that. What else? I can't remember. Fish, a lot of fish, like salmon, flounder, stuff like that. A lot of, have these Garden of Life sport whey protein shakes that are low FODMAP approved, and I usually drink those. They really, really help, and I put a lot of collagen in there that really helps. So things like that. That's mainly what I've been eating, and that it is vastly different than how I was eating 6 months ago. And so it's really cool because it kind of showed up. I wrote all my blood work down here, so I'm kind of tickled. So I think that even though I haven't been eating in February, March to lose weight, I haven't gained a lot of weight either, but I've just kind of been hovering around the same as I was at the end of January. But even though I haven't been eating to lose weight, these healthier food choices and changes, even though there's not changes on the scale, there's still a really big change in my blood work and all. So that's really cool. So I wanted to share that with you guys in case you want to get any tips from it. And I can do more videos on this subject. I am going to do another video on the low FODMAP diet and get more information on it. But I can do more videos on exactly what it is I eat each day. If any of you guys are interested, if you have some of the same issues I do, or just any questions whatsoever, if you have them, please let me know, because I am happy to. Because if anybody has been going through things similar to me, I know that you would just love to, I don't know, I love hearing case studies with people like, no, what worked for you? I'll try that if it's, if it's healthy and okay. So if any of you guys, you're welcome to, ask whatever questions you want, and I'll see what I can do to find the answers for you and help you as well, help us all, so we can all get to feeling better. So that would be really cool. And this coming week, I am starting back on the weight loss diet, so health and weight loss diet. And so I have a video for that coming out as well. So keep your eyes open if you're interested in that too. I'm excited to get started back on it. And that's about everything. So yeah, so I hope that, I think that's all. I feel like I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. So yeah, I thought, so one more time I'll show my lab work here, the before and after, if any of you guys are interested, and then I'll show a little clip of the kind of foods I have mostly been eating. Let me know any questions you have. I wish all of you the best as well. Hopefully on this journey we can do this together and all, be healthy and lose weight if we need to and things like that. Always remember that it's never too late. You're never too far gone. Too much bad hasn't happened for you to have a life that you really want to have and make your dreams come true. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.